Hello guys, it's Suzanne here. So today we're going to do a little yoga session and we're going to spend quite a bit of time sort of lengthening the hamstrings and the legs. So I think you're going to benefit from a belt. So if you don't have a belt, grab yourself a scarf or a towel will work, or a tie. Basically something that you can hook around your foot and just have that near you. Yeah, let's start on our back today. So roll your way back and make sure you're comfortable. You can either have your knees bent like this, or you may prefer the legs stretched out. Take a moment just to draw your shoulders down away from your ears, and you can just tuck your shoulder blades under. Take a nice deep breath in. And let it go. Just allowing the body to settle into the ground. And let go of whatever you've been up to so far in the day or the week. Just taking this time to be still. And become aware of your breath. Just notice the rhythm of your breath. Notice the quality of your breath. And then scan through your body. And just find out what you have to work with today. Notice your energy levels. Notice any areas that feel tight or simply need waking up. And throughout the session, listen to your body. Resting when you need to, or modifying any of the postures. Take a fuller breath in, let it go. And just gently roll the head a little side to side. Checking here that your jaw is relaxed and the throat is soft. And then pause with your head central. Inhale, take the arms up, and we'll just create a bit of space, loosen around the shoulders. So pick up one shoulder blade. Exhale, drop it down. And you alternate, just starting to bring a little movement in there into the upper back and the shoulders. Make the movement as big as you want. So it's quite nice to take the arms over on more of a diagonal. And then pause. Check you've got space behind you. And we're going to breathe in, sweep the arms overhead. As you breathe out, circle the arms around. Yeah, just opening up. And your breath dictates the pace of the movements. Your breath supports the movements. If your knees are bent, stretch the legs out. So as we take the arms overhead, you're going to flex the feet. Take a full body stretch as we exhale. And we're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest. The hands can come on top of the knee and you're curling up. As you breathe in, you lengthen. As you exhale, you curl up. If it doesn't feel great lifting the head, then just keep the head down. As much as possible, try and keep the extended leg really active. It's like you're pressing the foot into an imaginary wall. Okay, let's just go for a couple more. And bring the arms down. Hug your knees into your chest, and you're just going to give your lower back a nice massage. Gently rock side to side. Let's see how the lower back feels today. And then you can also circle around on the pelvis. And reverse it. And then we'll start to open up the hips, circling the knees out. Nice big circles. As you circle your knees out and open into the hips, you can also glide the shoulder blades up and down. Just bringing in a little more movement in there. And you can change direction a few times. You can also take them out in opposite directions. If one side's feeling quite tight, just maybe spend a little bit more time on that side. And let's bring some movement into the knee joints and the ankles. Get the wrists moving, the elbows. Just getting some fluid around all the joints. And then have a little shake. You're going to drop the feet to the floor and hug your right knee in towards your chest. Taking a few deeper breaths. Now, when you hug the knee in, watch you haven't compressed or shortened this right side of the waist. So keep the length there on both sides of the waist. And then you're just going to extend the leg up. And flex and point. Now, if the hamstrings are quite tight, just bend the knee, yeah? And it doesn't need to be up here, it could be over here. Yeah. Flex and point. And then, if you've got yourself a belt, a scarf or a towel, hook it around the ball of the foot. If you don't have one, you can simply catch around the back of the leg. Yeah, it's just quite often we end up creating more tension like that. And it's great, especially if the hamstrings are quite tight, to have a little belt or a towel around the ball of the foot. And then you're not thinking of pulling the leg in towards you. Relax the shoulders, just walk your hands up so your shoulders can relax. And you want to think of pushing the ball of the foot away from you. And you're going to take some nice deep breaths. So where the hands are just really going to vary depending on what's going on in the hamstrings. I know some of you might be happy catching the foot. If that's the case, go for it. I'm going to demonstrate a middle ground. Nice deep breaths. And then you're just going to have a little play around with exhaling and pressing the foot away. So again, rather than thinking you bring the leg towards you, some of the legs sort of up towards the ceiling or into the belt or your hands if you're catching. So it's almost like you're creating some resistance. Yeah. But when you do, watch you don't hold the breath. And then just back off, soften. And you're going to go a few rounds at your own pace. So you're just going to exhale, press the foot away. Staying for a couple of breaths. And then you just back off, you relax. Bend the knee as much as you need to, yeah? So it should be a struggle. Yeah, it might feel a little intense, but you're not sort of forcing the body in any way. A couple more rounds like that. As well as lengthening here, the hamstring, think of broadening as well. And see, can we keep the pelvis in a neutral position? I know that if it's all a bit tight, you end up sort of tilting the pelvis up like this. So if that's the case, move your tailbone back, bring the pelvis back to neutral. Again, relax the shoulders. Depending on how it feels, you have the option now of extending the left leg out away from you. Now, my leg is not sort of passive, it's active. So you're sending the heel away, you're also extending the ball of the foot away. And you're just breathing into that. And so, quite often when we hold postures for a while, it can start to feel more intense the longer we stay. So if that's happening for you, use your breath. Yeah, so you breathe in. As you breathe out, you see if the body can soften a little more. You might find that once you've been there a while, you can walk your hands up. Maybe you want to catch the foot, or the opposite, and you can just back off a little. And you might find the legs out here, that's great, just keep pushing the foot away. Just adjust your straight leg, bend it again. We're going to come to half happy baby posture. Take both sides of your belt or towel into your right hand. You can also do this holding onto the foot. And you're going to bend the knee, and it's coming towards the floor, so to the outside of the body rather than in towards the chest. And the arm is to the inside of the knee. Yeah. So holding onto the foot or catching here, you might even want to drop the elbow down. Okay. And you don't have to hold this all rigid, you can just explore what's going on in the hip. And extend the leg back up. We're going to bring in some external rotation, so holding on to either your foot, your big toe, or whatever you've got there, your belt. Draw the leg in. Now we're externally rotating from the hip here. And the leg is coming over to the side. Now, so often people just like try and pull the leg down towards the floor. I'm not going to do that because what often happens is we put a lot of strain on the sacroiliac joint here. So keep the pelvis level and take the leg out to the side, and it won't go as far. Yeah. And we're just going to settle there. We're going to bring the other leg in, bend the knee, and just hold it so both legs are out at the same angle. Okay, but you're supporting, I'll just show you with this leg, supporting under the knee like that. Nice deep breaths. Keep pushing the ball of the foot away from you, really lengthening here. And then come back to centre. Place your left foot flat so the knee is bent and drop the knee in slightly. Okay. And then move your belt into your left hand. Or like I said, if you've not got a belt, just hold on to the foot or the outside of the leg somewhere. This movement isn't going to be a huge movement. So just internally rotate slightly and drop the leg over to the side. You can see my pelvis is still level, so we're not rolling all the way over into a twist. Pressing the heel away. Okay, and you've had enough. Come back to centre. And you're going to release. And you're going to slide both legs out straight and have a little rest. And see what's changed. Just compare those sides, especially around the lower back and the hip. Maybe that leg feels a little buzzy now or a little bit longer. Bend the knees. So we're going to go through that whole sequence on the other side. Hug your knee in to start with. And just settle there. Check your shoulders are still relaxed. And then slowly, just extend the leg. You can flex and point. And then catch around the leg, around the foot, or hook your belt or scarf, towel, whatever it is, around the ball of your foot. Think keeping that pelvis in neutral, lengthen both sides of the waist, and you start to press the foot away from you. It might be out here, it might shake a little, that's fine. If you are catching the foot like this, keep the shoulders down. And you can sort of round your elbows out to the side slightly, so you're keeping space across the chest. And then introduce that resistance, so you're going to push the foot away from you into whatever you're using. Then you stay for a few breaths and then you just let the leg relax. Remember, you can constantly make little adjustments Maybe even bend the knee a little more. So a few more rounds, just pressing the foot away. Now backing off. And if it does feel okay, you're going to slide the upper leg out, press the foot away. If you slide it out, you might find that that left leg needs to move a little further away from the body. And you're working both legs. And we will transition into happy baby posture. So bend the right leg again, place the foot flat, catching the foot, or you can hold on around your butt. So open the hip, so the knee is now looking to the side, and you can just gently draw down. Same if you're holding onto the foot legs. And you can introduce a bit of movement. And then bring the leg back up. You're going to open the hip, so it turns so the foot is looking out. And the leg's heading more of a diagonal over towards the shoulder rather than out to the side like that. Okay. And then you just open, and the knee can be bent and you can support under it. Yeah, just really listen to your body. Same, to be catching the foot. We're going to bend the other leg and just support under the knee. So the legs are out at the same angle. It just means that the pelvis stays level and you're not rocking to one side. And really see, can you lengthen through the inside of this leg? Back to centre, place the foot flat, just let your right knee drop in slightly, and then you can take the leg a little over to the other side. So it should feel quite nice in the hips and the pelvis, broadening there. If you're not using a belt, you can just have the hands at the outside of the leg. Okay, back to centre, and then you can come into the full happy baby posture. So you're going to take the knees up, the arms are inside, and you catch the feet, and then you're just gently drawing your knees down. You can even have a little rock side to side, and feel free to play around with straightening one leg and the other, or maybe straighten both legs. And then draw both knees in towards your chest. Once again, just give your back a little massage. And you're going to slide the legs out again. Gently rock the pelvis, loosen up a little. And settle. And just see what you've got now. hopefully the legs feel a little longer, a little lighter, and your lower back should feel quite good. Bend the knees, feet flat. You can have your arms a little away from your body. And you're just going to exhale, you're going to peel your spine from the ground. So we're going to lift up into a nice long bridge. And you're going to roll your way down. So come down bone by bones. Give the back a nice massage. All the way up. And all the way down. Do make sure your feet and your knees stay in parallel. It's very common for them to turn out like this. So just check and adjust if you need to. And let's stay up in our bridge and hold the posture. So you're going to come up. And then you're going to tuck your shoulders under. You can keep the arms down like this, or you can interlock the hands. And when you're breathing fully, keep your glutes engaged. Roll your way down. And we're going to come into a nice twist. Cross your left leg over your right, like you were sat on a stool or a chair with your legs crossed. And then if you shift your right foot a little further away, you might find the foot can hook underneath like this. If it doesn't, just keep it there next to. And we're just going to move the pelvis, so lift it, move it to the left, and you're going to drop the knees to your right. And we'll stay for a minute or so, just adjust to make sure you're comfortable. And you might find the back shoulder is lifted, so consciously draw it back down. Return to centre, uncross the legs, just slide the legs out again. And then bend, cross right over left. So move your pelvis to the right so you've got space to twist, and you drop the legs over. Breathing fully. And the knees don't need to be on the floor. In fact, you probably find if the knees are down, this shoulder is really lifted. So, see, can you draw the shoulder down? Maybe lift the knees a little. And then come back to centre. Uncross the legs. You slide them out once again. And check you've got space behind you. And we're going to roll back over into a plough. If it doesn't feel good, repeat the bridge that we worked in. It's really important when you roll back that your head stays in the centre, okay? Because there's going to be sort of a lot of weight moving down through the neck. Have your arms down by your sides, and you're going to roll your way back over to a plough. Now, the knees don't need to be, or the legs don't need to be straight. You can bend the knees, and the feet may be lifting, and that's fine. Like I said, please make sure the head stays in the centre. Nice deep breaths. Now, we did spend quite a bit of time lengthening through the hamstrings, so if it does feel okay, yeah, straighten the legs. You might even want to interlock the hands behind you, tuck the shoulders under. If the hamstrings are still feeling quite tight, you simply bend the knees. And when you've had enough, come down nice and slowly. Place the feet flat. And then tuck the hands, palms down, underneath the pelvis, or maybe even a little lower. You can walk the hands up more towards the feet. And you're going to press the elbows into the ground. So you're then going to lift and let the head drop back. It's just a counter posture to that plough. You can also work with straight legs, and you can come into Matsayasana with the legs extended. And release. And just pick up the head. And lengthen the neck, draw the head away from the shoulders. The arms to rest. You can finish here or slide the legs out. And for the last minute or so, completely let go. No longer trying to move the body in any way. And feel the support you have there from the ground. Notice how you're breathing now. And then introduce a little movement into your fingers, your toes. Get the feet moving, the wrists moving. And have a really good stretch. Once you've had a good stretch, hug your knees back into your chest. Come up the easiest way possible. So roll onto your side. Use your hands to bring you up to sitting. Okay. Take a nice deep breath in. Sweeping the arms up. Exhale, draw the palms together. Down to the heart center. Drop the shoulders, lift the chest. Keep that nice lift through your spine for the rest of the day. Thank you. We will finish there. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that your hamstrings feel happier now. I will see you soon. Feel free to give me a little follow on Instagram at No Walls Yoga or Bliss in Chaos, or both. Yeah, take care. Bye.